Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to this video. This time we're just going to be looking at a simple animation how-to on animating sparkles. So you can see we're going to be looking at three different types here. The first one is just going to be a normal, coming from a dot, going into a sparkle, going back to a dot or nothing. The second one is going to be a rotating sparkle. And then the third one, this one's actually my favorite, is going to be similar to the first one, but on the way out, when it's disappearing, it's going to kind of dissipate, kind of disintegrate into nothing. So I have a little demonstration of what we're going to be making. So I thought I'd just play this first. So this is what the three types of sparkles is going to look like. And I'll walk you through how I did each of these, and kind of you get to see the process behind it. So gonna be keeping things very simple. Don't want to get into anything too complicated here. So that if you're a beginning animator or you've never animated anything in your life, hopefully you could take a look at this video and it would help you make your way through it, or give you inspiration to animate something, or tips and tricks to try out something that you've always wanted to, or give you an idea. But let's get started then. So the software I'm using is Clip Studio Paint, but really anything that has animation, like an animation function in the software, will work fine. Photoshop, Procreate, there's a bunch of free apps like FlipPad and stuff like that. I'm doing this on my iPad Pro, so I'm able to draw directly on the screen, but you can use anything. I mean, you could even use your phone to animate something like this with your hand. It really wouldn't even be that difficult. And just to give you a rundown of kind of what we're working with here, you can see I have three different folders separated: Sparkle 1, 2, and 3. And I have 10 frames in each folder. And I'm working in 24 frames per second with 10 frames. And I'm animating on threes. So what that means is animating where each drawing, each cell is going to be take up 3 frames. And so what that does is just about timing, and because since we don't have a lot of frames going into just 1 second, in order to extend the animation so that we don't have to draw as many frames, we're going to make each drawing 3 different frames. This has, that's getting into kind of timing and spacing things out, which we don't need to worry about. You could also just be doing this where each cell is 1 frame, and doing it whatever frame rate you want. That's not important, so we're not going to worry too much about that today. Alright, to start things off, we're just going to start with a dot. You can use any color, anything you want, just a nice dot. You could also start from nothing here, but I like to start with a dot to kind of see where I'm going. I will turn my onion skin on here so I can see what the next frame is going to be. And the fun thing about sparkles here is you can really just have fun with it and, draw whatever shape you want. I like to stick to that kind of diamond shape, but the fun part is kind of getting to that part. So just starting out, nothing needs to be perfect here. Just gradually getting bigger. And so once we get to around frame 4, 5, and 6, we're going to want to start thinking about going back down. So we've kind of reached the climax, the biggest size that it should be by here. And around frame 5, you could go a little bit bigger if you wanted to, or you could start going back down. So for this one, we'll go 1, just slightly bigger, not too much. And notice how I'm not even keeping it too close to the frame before it, not tracing over the lines or anything. If you want a more clean, smooth look, definitely you could do that, but just for the sake of time and the sake for this video, and to show you that it doesn't have to be clean and perfect, we're just gonna do it like that. You'll see when it gets animated, when you see the animation, that it really doesn't make too much of a difference, especially with effects and inorganic things like this. Some imperfections kind of go a long way. And as we get down to the last frame or two, I like to kind of change the shape a little bit, go back down to a dot. So let's just take a quick look at that. And you can see it kind of moves. So if you wanted to keep it in the same spot, definitely just make sure you line up your lines a little bit better and trace over it. But I think that looks cool. Alright, so let's move on to the second one. So I'm moving down to Sparkle 2. hitting that first frame there. And we'll just do this one in the middle. So it's going to start out similarly. It's going to be almost the same here. But we'll do the growth and the timing just a little bit different so you can see some, redo that, so you have some variation. Now, for this one, this is the fun part here. Around frame 4, what we're going to start doing is turning it. We're going to rotate this sparkle. So, a real easy way to do this, instead of kind of taking points like this and rotating it manually like that, one fun thing you can do is kind of just rotate it 45 degrees there. Let me do that. We're just going to keep rotating it 45 degrees. And what this is going to do is actually give it the effect that it's fully rotating, a lot smoother than it may seem than when we're animating it here. So we're on frame 6 here. So I'm going to go, that's going to be the biggest it gets to. I'm going to scale it back down now, just rotating each time I go. Need to get smaller there. One thing you'll notice when you're doing straight ahead animation like this is getting the timing right. There you go. So you can see that even though we were just rotating it 45 degrees, when you actually see it animated, it looks a lot more fluid. It looks like it's actually rotating. Alright, now on to the last one, Sparkle 3. So we did the first one, our normal sparkle. We just did the second one, which is the rotating one. This is the disintegrating sparkle. Alright. And we're going to do this one off to the right a little bit. So this one, really similar to the first one. We're going to start out pretty much exactly the same. But the trick here is, on the disintegrating ones, I like to give a lot of room, a lot of kind of tail on the points. And what that's going to do, and kind of squish the body a little bit more. And so what that's going to do is, when we start doing the disintegrating effect, it's kind of like you want to have the effect that it's kind of like trailing off, like the parts of the sparkle are just kind of floating away, coming off, disintegrating away. And once you have the first iteration of that done, to get a really cool effect, you can kind of continue them or break it up in different spots that you like. And at the same time, you're following the same rule where around 6, 7, or 8, you really want to try and get that sparkle coming back down in size. While still thinking about the disintegration effect and how things are breaking apart here. And we'll just get that smaller. You could also do this one, do the body first and go back and kind of do the details. So we'll do that for these last couple frames. There you go. Nine. This one, you can also kind of make it like it's, the dots are drifting away. Alright, let's take a look at that. Yeah, I think it looks good. Just wanna, you can kind of see here, maybe this is too much coming off of there. Doesn't necessarily, it kind of looks like new stuff is getting added. We want it to look like it's kind of breaking apart. Let's take a look. Again, we're not trying to make anything look too perfect here, just trying to show you how I like to do it. Yeah, and I think that looks pretty good. So it's really similar to the demo one that I made before. And really, that's how easy it is. So, you know, it doesn't take a lot of planning and thinking for inorganic things like special effects and sparkles, which to me are my favorite things to animate. So yeah, you can do it simple. You could take what I did here and obviously add steps to it. You can make it cleaner, you can make it smoother, you could add more frames, you can change the spacing of the sparkles here. You could change the spacing of the frames so that it looks like it has a little kind of delayed effect. You can mess with the motion there. I think that looks pretty cool for that second one. And then of course another thing you can do is go in and for this one I just added some color, some yellow in there. For actual sparkles on something, you might want to make the line color the same color as the fill, so make it yellow as well. That would give it even more of a, you know, the sparkle effect there. But for the sake of being able to tell where we were drawing, I kept that one purple. All right. I think that's going to be it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's anything else that you'd like to know about or have any other ideas for tutorial videos, let me know. I will have some other ones coming out that are going to be other just really quick, simple animation how-tos. So yeah, thanks for checking the video out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. What's up guys, thanks so much for watching the video. I did want to just mention that I do have some animated streaming screens over on Etsy. So if you want to check out some of these animations, how they're actually being used, how I actually use them in my own content, in my own animations, yeah, feel free to check those out. Any support, super appreciated. Just wanted to give that a quick little shout out. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.